Hello everyone, this is Prem Sodani coming up with the new round of our new initiative, that is Editorials Decoded. So in this editorial Decoded, we are going to discuss the editorial which appeared in yesterday's newspaper, that is Delhi Declaration on Afghanistan, and that is very big initiative where India had shown its concerns especially to the global community that yes, we are worried for the Afghanistan. So what all happened under this Delhi Declaration we are going to discuss in this article in this session, and this was the article which appeared in The Hindu. So this was the actually, let me here bring some background for you. It was the capture of Afghanistan government, especially by the Talibani forces, and the region is now under the threat. The regional stability is something which is very disturbed now, and this is the reason why this third meeting on regional stability of this particular area has been called by the India. The earlier two meetings were held in Iran, and this was the third meeting which held in Delhi, New Delhi. So what are the important initiatives which we have taken here, and what are the important strategies in this particular declaration we are going to discuss in this video. Let me discuss first thing, that is which were the countries who were invited, in this meeting of this NSA level, that is National Security Advisor level. So these are the neighbors actually of this Afghanistan, that is Uzbekistan, you can see here, that is Tajikistan, this is China, and this is Turkmenistan, and here you can see this is Iran, this is Pakistan, India, and one more country, that is Russia. These all countries were invited in this NSA level meet, but as expected, China and this Pakistan did not actually attend the meeting because it was organized by the India, and China doesn't want India's presence especially in Afghanistan, and that is the reason why they both, China and Pakistan, skipped this meeting, right? So this was all about this invitation on the countries which have actually participated in this meeting, right? Now we come to the next part of this editorial, that is what is the message which has been sent by India, especially with this declaration on this Afghanistan. The first message was, and this was very clear, that India will not be eliminated from the Afghanistan. We are going to be very important player, especially in Afghanistan, no matter whichever regime is over there in this Afghanistan, right? So this is the first message, that India's role is going to be important and we are not eliminated from the Afghanistan. This is the first message. The second message is, that is, especially after the withdrawal of US troops, right, there is now instability in this region, and now the solution could only be reached with the help of the consensus, especially among these stakeholders. Maybe it is Russia, maybe it is China, even it is Pakistan. So the most important player here, it is Russia, especially from the perspective of India, because Russia has some strategic assets in Talibani regime, and now this can be utilized by the India. So the solution which can be reached here in Afghanistan for the process of government formation, right, this can only be achieved with the help of this consensus. This is the second message. And the third message is that India is very much worried about the humanitarian crisis which is now going on in the area of Afghanistan, right? So these were the three important messages which we have sent to the global community. Now we come to the next part of our discussion, that is what important takeaways were there after this declaration. The first important takeaway was we all want secure and stable Afghanistan. This was the message. And the second thing is on the matter of terrorism, India was very clear that this land of Afghanistan should not and must not be utilized by the terror outfits, right? So this was the second message. And here you can also see the cooperation, this point of cooperation. This cooperation is needed especially in the areas of especially drug trafficking, right, in the matter of terrorism, because these are the most relevant problems of Afghanistan, terrorism. Then on the matters of radicalization, this is also the problem with the Afghani regime, right, radicalization. So in this matter of terrorism, even you can say UN's right now declaration, that is UN declaration of 2593 was there. So this declaration also cleared that this particular land should not be utilized by the terror outfits, right? So this was the declaration. So we have seen the takeaway was secure and stable Afghanistan. On the matter of terrorism, India has clearly mentioned that this land should not be utilized by the terrorists. And then fundamental rights of the Afghanistan is very, very important, and they must be secured. Even if the regime is very fundamentalist one, we need to secure them, right? And then the cooperation, especially in the areas of this drug abuse issues, in the matter of these fundamental or radicalization of the people, in the matter of terrorism activities, especially in Afghanistan. You can also cite the example of UN resolution, which was also there on the matter of this terrorism only, right? So these are the important takeaways. But here, the most important thing that you have to understand is the differences. Even we have called this meeting, there were the members who have their own set of principles, especially with the Taliban regime, and they actually show we have some of the differences with these invitees. So let me discuss these differences one by one. So the very first difference is with the China and Pakistan. So what is the stake of China, especially in Afghanistan? So if you can see, the China's region of Uyghur and especially Uyghur activities are not being tolerated by the China, and China doesn't want the influence of Talibani regime, especially in this area of Uyghur, right? So this is the one point. And the second point is China also want a stable regional stability here, because its projects are pending and they are supposed to connect the Europe, and this is the area, that is One Belt and One Road initiative is somewhere going to pass from this particular area, and Taliban is something which is very much required for the stability of this particular region. This is the stake of this China in especially Afghanistan. The second important player here is Pakistan. So what Pakistan wants in Afghanistan? The Pakistan's aim is strategic depth, right? Strategic depth. And what is strategic depth for Pakistan? That is zero presence of India. That is the only aim of Pakistan, that is zero presence of India. Means Pakistan doesn't want India's presence, especially in Afghanistan, right? And now Pakistan is in this position also, because India's investments, India's all help, India's all strategic depth is now under the attack of especially the new regime, right? So this is Pakistan's stakeholder. Now you can also see this one, that Pakistan is not allowing or not providing access to Indians humanitarian assistance to the Pakistan through road, right? This is the problem with China and Pakistan. Now we come to the second important player, that is Russia. So what we have differences with Russia. Russia is saying, because of these multiple initiatives, maybe it is this talk of NSA meet, maybe it is this SCO talk, maybe it is the Troika meeting. Troika meeting is also going on in the Pakistan, where this Pakistan, America, Russia, China, all are the major players. Maybe it is the Moscow format, which came in 2017. This is Russian-led initiative. We'll discuss that thing also. So these multiple initiatives can actually derail the process of peaceful government formation. This is what Russia had said. So you can see here, the Russia is not in favor of these multiple talks. So this is the difference with Russia. And other difference with Russia can be seen here. Russia and Iran have their embassies, especially in this Kabul area, even as of now, even under this new regime. So this is also a difference. Now you can see this one, Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is in talks with this Talibani regime, and they want some connectivity with this region of this Afghanistan. So you can see here also, Uzbekistan is also working with the Talibani regime, and they have actually welcomed the deputy PM of this Taliban regime with all protocols. So you can see there are a lot many differences even among these members who were the invitees, right? And you can also see here is that is the word terror was not used by especially these members, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. They not even have used this word terrorism. Even if the situation in Afghanistan is very much alarming, right? Terrorism activities are going on, the radicalist, this new regime is there. So these are the differences among these particular members also. So let me here bring some, small discussion. The Troika meet is also going on, which is going on in Pakistan, where important players like China, US and Pakistan are also in talking terms. They are also finding the solutions, especially for the Afghanistan's new regime, right? Then this is Moscow format. This was actually came in 2017. This is Russia-led initiative where Russia said we want a stable and peaceful government in Afghanistan, and that is the Moscow format, right? India is also the part of this Moscow format talks, right? So these were the initiatives, these were the differences we have discussed, what India wants we have discussed, what are the important takeaways of this Delhi Declaration, we have discussed all these things one by one. Now we come to the next important thing, that is what is the way forward for India if we want to have some presence in Afghanistan. The first thing is we need to be very clear with our strategy, because we are not very clear with our strategy. On one hand, we have talks with the Taliban, we have engaged twice with the Talibani regime, and on the second hand, we are not granting visas, especially after this regime, to the people of Afghanistan. We have not even assured the people of Afghanistan that we are going to continue our projects in their country. We have not even invested on the humanitarian basis also. We are not clear with our strategic projects, whether we are going to continuously, working with them or not. So these all are the issues where one hand we are engaged with the Taliban, on the second hand we are not clear with our, stakes which are in Afghanistan. So we need to be very clear. If you want to engage with the Taliban, or if you don't want to be in talks with the Taliban, you have to be very clear with this thing also. The second important thing is engagement, and this is the only solution left with the India. We need to engage with important, or the these, especially these stakeholders. For example, Russia, because Russia has all the depth with the Talibani regime, and Russia has some good relations with India also. So India can actually utilize the Russian angle in Afghanistan, and we can also engage, and we can also keep our presence continue in the Afghanistan with the help of Russia. This is one angle. The second angle is China, because China has also some good relations with the Talibani regime. So even if we have the differences with the China, we have invited the China. It shows India also know that we have the differences, but the only solution which is there, which is available to us, that is engagement, and China could be the very important player in this area of Afghanistan. The third issue, the third angle is Taliban, this new regime of this Taliban. So India need to talk this Taliban also, because Taliban is nothing but the new reality, the new regime in the Afghanistan, and we have to accept that thing. If we want to accept that thing, then we need some assurance, right? Assurance that our projects, our help, our financial help is very much secured, and that is going to be diverted, that is not going to be diverted towards the other activities, other, I would say that, like terrorism, like drug trafficking, that is not going to be diverted. We need to be very assured with that thing, and that assurance can only come from the Talibani regime, or with the talks only, right? Then we need also to talk with them that we want to continue our trade activities, we want to continue our projects, we want to invest in your country. So this is the third level of engagement, and which is very, very important one. So this was all about this article. The way forward is the engagement, the way forward is the clear strategy, and India's role could be very, very important. We are, although present there in Afghanistan in the form of soft power, but that is also crucial if we want to sustain, if we want to help the people of Afghanistan, if we want to have a peaceful government formation in the Afghanistan. So this is the only options we are left with. So this was all about this article. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have some now better understanding of this issue. You can like and share this video. Thank you very much once again.
Current Affairs by ForumIAS is an all-in-one program that covers the dynamic aspect of the syllabus from both prelims and mains perspectives. Last year, we have helped more than 100 students crack IAS with our current affairs classes.